game really quickly, and I ran back. And instead of taking the time to wash my hands, I used hand sanitizer instead. And chat said that that was unacceptable. What is your opinion?
What's wrong with hand sanitizer? Does hand sanitizer not just like sanitize your hands? Is that not like the point of hand sanitizer?
That was my logic, but apparently it was unacceptable that I didn't wash my hands, and they made me put on gloves, Wardy. I was wearing fucking gloves to cast because of this.
but
Also,
so what's wrong with hand sanitizer? I don't get it.
That's what I'm saying. So, are you on Team Rifkin here with this one, or Team Twitch chat?
I'm never on Team Rifkin, I'm sorry. Twitch chat's so right. You fucking disgust me. You didn't wash your hands? You only use
Kill yourself, Wardy. God damn it. Who the hell just subbed to my channel? Who the hell is Duddles?
Duddles? Who the hell's Duddles? Oh, he's nailed it! He's nailed the meme. I'm so bad at the meme. I keep going like, I get excited when I hear the word Duddles now. I'm like, whoa, it's Duddles!
Oh, apparently he subbed because I figured out your master plan. Excellent.
What a god. Who the hell is Duddles?
Alright, well, I'm gonna kick off the intros so we can at least pretend like we're casting
You can do both the
StarCraft.
intros because you're just so good at them.
Can I? Excellent. In the bottom right, he's gonna be the red Zerg player, sometimes found missing on lawns outside of corporate establishments. It's Zanster.
That sounds like me.
Did
Did this happen at Austin? Oh, there's some great stories of UK LANs and me. The past like 2 times I've been to LAN, it's been eventful. Sorry, go ahead. Intros. Feel free.
Well, speaking of eventful, he was just at one. DreamHack Austin, top right. It's the blue Terran Kelazhur.
that's the most far-fetched throw in an introduction I've ever heard of. Speaking of eventful, he was at one.
Speaking of pink elephants, which we weren't, I love Fantasia. No, Anton at Hell's Boot Time, he lost his keyboard and his mouse because he got drunk one night and woke up outside of Tim Hortons on the lawn. I didn't know where any of his stuff was, and I'm like, "Did you get mugged?" And he's like, "No, I was just out drinking." I'm like, "What the fuck? You're like 18."
Oh, that sounds like Anton though. Anton, go to the wrong airport.
Oh my god, I remember reading about that on Twitter, and I was like, that really happened? Like,
it was a perfect thing to happen on Twitter as well, because you get like the small bits of convo on either side, right? And it's like, hey guys, where are you? I don't know, where are you? And he's like, I'm at the airport, check out the luggage. He's like, well, so are we. He's like, well, you know, you're at this airport, right? He's like, no, why would we be at that airport? He's like, because that's where we flew to. And Nels was like, no, Zanster, we flew to fucking Krakow, not wherever the fuck you went to. Amazing. Great. One of my favorite stories of recent times in StarCraft.
well,
Did you see
because
the...
this cast is...
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
No,
I was
gonna say something really boring and completely irrelevant, so go ahead.
Well, I was going to briefly bring up, before we get off topic again, because I love getting off topic, right? Kelazhur actually had a phenomenal finish at DreamHack. Well, for him. Like, he wasn't a finalist or anything, and that kind of sucks, but he beat Snoot. I don't think anybody went into that thinking... Kelazhur even didn't go into that thinking he was going to beat Snoot. Like, that was such a sick series for him. So right now, I have, like, the utmost confidence in Kelazhur's TvZ, but he is coming up against the guy who hit Grandmaster, going no gas, only queens, spores, and slowlings.
I mean, some men just aren't meant to be challenged, are they? Zanster.
Yes, that's the best question I'll ever have been asked.
I'm glad. I'm glad. This is such a weird game. What on earth's happening? Why is Zanster got a Spire already? This is so 2013. I guess 2-base
Well, it's
Spire
not 2-base Spire, technically.
It's like the
3-ish.
legacy of the Void 2-base Spire, which is like free hatch Spire, but it's like still like a fast lair. That's how I call it. I'm like, yo, it's free hatch Spire, which some people look at me and like, of course you go Spire or free hatch. I'm like, no, but like the early kind, and then they just look at me some more, and I'm like, oh, okay, fine. He's gone for an early Spire. I'll just spell it out for you all again.
I'm gonna be so lazy. I'm gonna copy paste the Wardy bot into my chat because I don't have a command set up for this. So if you guys want to donate to Homestar Cup, go to Take TV.
You think you're lazy, but what you don't realize is that command I just attached to the bracket command because I couldn't be bothered to make a new one. So, I mean. It's not really that that terrible.
We are. How did we get to where we are? What the fuck is wrong
Well,
with us,
I
Wardy?
used to put effort in, but then I realized that it's better to take a different approach and just make memes and sometimes look at games, something like that.
I love making memes.
Yeah.
Memes and shit posting. That's pretty
Hey.
much my Twitter in a nutshell.
So I figured out the other day that I should never mention pineapples on your channel.
No! The fuck is wrong with you?
I mean, we were having a really good time casting the VSL finals, and then we spent about 7 games debating pineapples.
Yeah, and how they don't go on anything.
Oh,
They're
no, no, no,
basically
no.
garbage.
I heard some of the most, like, I've heard some dumb comments about pineapples in my time, but some of the arguments against pineapple that were coming up were just literally
Oh.
incredible. You know,
Another
you
really
shouldn't
good one.
use pineapples because they've got pines on them. Something someone said.
It's true though.
You don't eat the spiky bit.
There's actually a really good one. When we had Pig on, we learned Pig likes black licorice. Do you
Oh,
like
no,
black
no, no,
licorice,
no, no,
Wardy?
no, no. I've just had this argument with someone like last week. It's just a dumb thing to like.
Like who actively likes garbage? Honestly.
The thing is, though, to actually eat it, you gotta buy it as well. Like, why would
know,
you do that? You know
It's
what
not
else
like you
can do for
accidentally
money?
slipped and fell into like black licorice. Yo, oh, the focus fire, by the way. Sorry, we need to respect that. Holy
That
shit,
was
Kelazhur
on
wiped
point.
off all those.
Kelazhur has been playing pretty well. He's like killing the mutas in the main. He's like doing really good across the map. He's got 1-1 upgrades against nothing. He's like so far ahead. What a god. I thought Zanster was going to... Why has Zanster got gas? Maybe this is what she did wrong. He actually took gas.
I know he went gas. That's the problem here. If he's just going soul links and queens, clearly this would be easy peasy for him.
He might have been. That's Zanster, man. His brain works in wonderful ways. Maybe.
Speaking of wonderful, thank you for all these bits, guys. Got like this slap fest of 100 bits back and forth going on.
Yeah, this has happened since I used the bit boss battles as well. Like, I don't think I've ever had bits for like 3 months or something. Like, you know, once or twice.
Right?
And now
Dude,
it's like
I did the stats. All of 2016 combined was less than last month's bits.
yeah, I think mine would be maybe not the same, but very similar.
Oh, a really nice run by out of Zanster. Doesn't really net many SCV kills. A total of 4 go down. Not too shabby on the defense out of Kelazhur.
Yeah, this is again good by Keller. I mean, like everything's going right for him, apart from the fact, like, why hasn't he started 2-2? His army was a bit late. This is unacceptable, man. He's meant to be a WCS quarterfinalist. This is what happens when you remove Koreans from the WCS circuit. People forget upgrades and they get to the round of 8. It's disgraceful.
What? I want to join in on this, but it's just so stupid. I can't.
Oh, well, I thought that's what we're aiming for. You said I'm going to cast sarcastically and not really care about something like that.
This is why we need region locking. And also, Donald Trump should build that wall. Look what it's done for StarCraft. Think about what it can do for people. My God, Wardy. My God.
Oh, this is
No, I'm
killing
glad
me.
to have you to be salty with. I was just getting salty at chat.
I'm like,
some guy earlier asked the question 3 times in a row. He's like, Rifkin is a popular streamer. How do you deal with people asking questions repetitively? Which he then repetitively asked.
well,
and I'm just like,
my answer to this was I used to admin tournaments myself. That is how you learn to deal with repetitive questions. Like, you haven't experienced life until the same guy has asked you where the bracket is 7 times in a row after you've linked them it, like, you know, 7 times in a row. It's
we
incredible.
have like 3 different versions of exclamation mark bracket, exclamation mark brackets, exclamation mark grid, and people are still like, could someone link me the brackets?
Yeah, every time.
Big push on the right side when the mutas are distracted. Killers are making some pretty good ground, but it's a lot of creep he still has to go through.
You know, I feel Keller's like lost a bit of his advantage here. Like, he threw away a couple of medevacts. I know he's drawn, you know, he stands out of position. Bane's do okay. But he's like, because he delayed the 2-2 so much, like, he should have 2-2 now, I feel, and I don't know, I feel like he's okay. I just feel he was doing so much better like a couple minutes ago. But I don't really know. I'm not paying enough attention to the game. I don't think
I was going to say, that was the most wishy-washy, amazing statement that I'm going to just go ahead and agree with.
Yeah, well, it's like, I feel as though he should be doing better, but maybe I'm just dumb, and maybe I'm just not paying enough attention to understand why.
Like, you know what? From what I understand reading Reddit, Terran's a pretty good race. So the fact that he hasn't won already is a bit of an issue.
But I watched Beastie Cutie's tweets last night in high definition, and they said that you can't beat a Terran above 6k, a Zerg above 6k MMR.
High definition.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just
My favorite thing about Beastie Cutie's tweets is they work even in the dark. It's amazing. You can lie down, stand up, go prone, doesn't matter. You can read them in any position. It's amazing.
More people should tweet like that. You know how frustrating it is when you're lying down in bed, you can't read your Twitter because everyone's just tweeting in San
They weren't being considerate, thinking of the poor folks who are lying down. My God, Wardy. You stumbled onto something genius here today. Oh man, that's a big flutter right on the right side. Kelazhur has got to hope to God these Widow Mines are about as imbalanced as they say they are.
It's just units everywhere.
There's people doing things, and it's StarCraft. What a wonderful time to be alive.
I love this game. Oh, you know what's amazing? There hasn't been Ultras made. You know Ultras still kill everything. Why hasn't he just made Ultras?
So I would actually join you on that Ultra hype train. But we've been seeing a lot of Koreans bring back ghosts, and I'm like, WTF, I forgot those were a thing.
Well, actually, I was just about to say what I think I figured out what Kelazhur's doing so right here. I think what he's done
on the right side of the map.
Well, that's maybe even better than mine. I was gonna say I feel like what he's done is he's just started to play like TY.
Oh my God!
You see what I mean? Like he's just gonna drop. Oh, he was taking a while to drop. He's just gonna drop everything in the main, and that feels like a real TY-esque move.
Well, he actually drops everything in the natural, Wardy. I hate to correct you, but
these casters don't even know where the main base is on Honor Grounds. It's like, who even hires them?
Have you ever played this fucking game, Wardy?
Once I tried to play this in AI. I got stuck.
You know what's great? Do you remember that Maddles kid?
Yes! Maddles!
I remember Penguin getting so mad because Maddles like didn't just not play; he like refused to play. So like you got this WCS caster kid.
I totally remember.
Doesn't matter what rank he is; he just never played.
But the best thing was his reasoning. He was like, "Well, you know, after talking about StarCraft for my one YouTube video upload per day, I'm just so tired with StarCraft. It's impossible to play." I love Maddles, but that was one of the dumbest things I've ever heard.
I hated Maddles, especially with the whole what was that stupid platform?
Ding it! Ding it!
Oh, God,
you ain't made it unless you dinged it. That would have been.
Yeah, the best part about that was like in their promo video they had like Kappa images and stuff. I'm like, you sell someone else's platform. It's not gonna work.
I think the issue with their platform was that all their viewers were from like pop-ups that would just infest in people's computers.
Yeah, like Saudi Arabia click farms and stuff.
Yeah, they're like, hey guys, SSL since moving to Ding It has suddenly grown 60,000 concurrent viewers per stream. Maybe not. Like that might not be true.
Or legit. The Chinese numbers.
Yeah, that's true as well. The Chinese numbers are on a whole nother level.
Alright, well, paying some respect to Kelazhur, he did a great job annihilating a base, but he lost so much for it. However, Zanster's army supply still hasn't recovered. And he's made that transition to that late game, right? Like you talked about Ultras earlier, there's the Cavern on the way, 3-3, all these wonderful things, but they're still not here yet, so Kelazhur's still got this opportunity. This is that timing to keep that pressure on, put the screws to Zanster and try and end the game before it's too late.
I mean, Kelazhur's just gonna like roll over him, man. He's playing Terran. He's got mines, he's got bio. You know what's really broken? The medevacs. You know what they do? They heal your units. It's sick.
And they can pick them up.
You know, for a Zerg unit to heal, it has to sit and do nothing. For a Terran unit to heal, it can do anything. It can be in combat and be healed.
It's the blue Zerg player, Zanster.
Speaking about sexy Brazilian senoritas, in the top left...
Sniped, bitch.
Wow. Wow. Are you a ghost? Are you a ghost? Makes sense. You can snipe and you're useless most of the time. Oh! I'm sorry. That was not.
Oh, StarCraft Ghost. That took me a second. I'm thinking like Casper, like fucking.
Are you walking around in a bed sheet? Can no one see you?
Are you a ghost? Cause you're haunting people, nerd. Like, got him, Morty.
Are you a ghost? Cause I can see right through you. Huh? Amazing.
Oh well, that I can say to you. I've foiled like at least 3 of your plans since we started casting together. At least.
It's been a journey so far. I would have
Whatever happened to Journey, dude?
Journey, they died probably.
No, the player, dumbass. Not the band.
Oh, Journey.
Late nights.
He probably-
Dreaming.
Yeah, he probably died. Sure.
Wow.
Probably plays Overwatch. He's either playing Overwatch or he's in the military.
Someone in chat thinks that Zombie Grub's voice is particularly deep today.
Hey guys, it's Zombie Grub.
Start talking about your cats. And
I was
no one will be able
about
tell
to
the
say I've
difference.
got a cat here, which you guys can look at next game. What else
Actually-
does Zombie Grub talk about?
Well, so Zombie Grub actually got a cat cam recently, right?
Yeah,
like
I
specifically
actually-
for
yeah.
cats. So for a lot of our streams, like, when they're being particularly cute, I just stick them up in the bottom right. So we got like them on the game. Some people get so triggered by this, but then some people like straight up have subbed for it. They're like, "Cats in StarCraft doesn't get better than this."
Amazing, man. When I casted from home, I had dogs, and the dogs love to join in on the cast. They love to bark when something exciting happened. It was the worst. It was really the worst, but also the greatest. Now my stream wants me to make like a soundboard where I can just play the dog sounds at like important moments because they miss the experience. I think they're idiots. This was a really terrible story. Can you say something to like redeem me?
What a bunch of numpties.
What a bunch of numpties. Oh, silly billies. Kelazhur made a factory instead of a second Raxus game. That's my analysis done for the next 5 minutes.
Is that really analysis? That's more like reporting. See, this is,
Okay,
I've
then.
tried-
And I think he did
I've tried
this.
to brand
I
us
think
as
he did
field
this to make
reporters.
Hellions instead of Marines with his minerals.
That's still not really analysis. That's
Yeah, it's
reporting.
analyzing
like,
what he's spending his minerals on.
No.
Okay.
Analyze would be like the why, not the what.
And why is he doing this? Because Hellions can run faster than Marines.
Hellions can once every 10 games be really effective.
Because he can do this right now. Nope. Yep, he can kill that creep team. Wouldn't have done that with Marines. Creep delayed.
A little bit of harass on the hatchery. I mean, this shouldn't go down.
Why is
Yeah,
Zanster
Queen's
playing
right there.
a fast lair again, man? Does he really love the meters this much?
I mean, in fairness, he didn't actually have a bad time with the mutas. And he did get 2 hive tech and was like moments away from ultras. So
I actually
I can't
think-
say that like the build is gonna screw him. But this game, because it's Banshees, it might just be perfect.
I mean, I can't really comment because I can't remember what happened in the first 10 minutes of the last game.
Dog. 40,
Come on.
please.
He made some mutas. Kelazhur was attacking. He had some sick focus fire, and we stopped to talk about that, and then we didn't talk about stuff again for a while.
Actually, if I think about the way you were casting that last game, it actually makes sense. For example, he never actually dropped in the main, but you were convinced he did. So it would make sense that you wouldn't remember.
Oh, the
apparently-
lanes. The Banes. They kill some
Well, the
stuff.
hatchery actually
Oh,
is
the
being
hat-
sniped by the Banshee. So that's pretty hype.
Wow.
6 drones and a hatchery is not bad for a Banshee. And some
And-
Banelings too.
And that's why he made the Hellions. Because he planned for this Banshee to get the last hit all along. And he couldn't do that without killing the hatchery with the Hellions beforehand. Analysis. Boom.
Did you just drop a mic?
I dropped my hand onto the table to imitate the mic dropping.
You know, last year at BlizzCon, I brought, no, excuse me, 2 years ago at BlizzCon, I went to the dollar store and I
That
bought
was the
like
first time we ever
7
met. Isn't that amazing?
Was it? Because that was
so.
that was the year I brought 7 or 8 like dollar store microphones with me, and I just kept dropping them all over the place when I'd leave a room.
Was it?
I would just-
When you said
maybe
2
the
years
year
ago, do you mean like a
before.
year and a half ago? Or
Yeah.
yeah, that was the first time we met. You know, we shook hands
the-
and we like shook hands for like 10 minutes and made a saw in action.
I thought we met last year for the first time. No?
No, we met the year before. We didn't hang out much the year before, but we met shortly. For a brief period. Because, you know, we couldn't be in the same room together for too long because hatred.
Because caster competition.
Rivalries, yeah.
I didn't want you to steal my viewers at BlizzCon.
Yeah, I didn't want you to like try and assassinate me because I'm clearly an up and comer who's going to steal your business. And something like that. I know how you wrote. I know how you work.
Well, this queen, just like me, can see right through the banshee, just like Wardy. Shuts it down. Easy peasy.
Wow. I just don't like fast speeders, man. Don't you just feel like the late upgrades suck?
I'm actually with you on this. And I know Impact for a while was trying to bring back the 2-base meta, and there's a lot of Koreans that have tried. But I'm absolutely on board with you. Like, I think that the fast mutas works most of the time.
I think it's
like,
cool to throw into a series. Like, I think it's cool to try maybe like a best of 5, and you got like a few games you want to change it up, and you know maybe you're not a roach guy. This was nice.
Unless your control's really good, then they're not so bad.
I mean, like, I feel like, you know, this is nice, but he has to do stuff like this because otherwise he's not making up for the fact he's down 1-1 upgrades for like a minute, which is pretty huge. This is nice though. He's actually getting a lot done. Kelazhur missing a turret in the third base. Muta's going to the main, run into a turret there, turn back around.
Well, so one of the things that's really interesting though is this is not like an investment in a lot of mutas. There's no weapon upgrades coming with this either. Like, I love watching when Rogue goes like 30 mutas. Like, that's like my favorite thing to watch as a player too. He's going for upgrades now, but the thing is, like, if you're not going to invest, and he was last game investing heavily in mutas, the problem is that you lose the strength of Hive. You're going to be stuck with mutas for so long. You're going to be using so much gas on this. You're not going to see ultras forever. You're not going to see those transitions come out anytime soon. And then Zanster kind of forces himself to be all in with this. So there's like pros to the mutas, but I feel like there's just so many cons that go with it.
Yeah. I just don't. I feel it's so difficult to get the damage done that you need. And I feel as though, like, if sorry, I'm dying. If the fast mutas ever worked, it'd probably be against like a Cloak Banshee opener with a lot of Hellion production. You've delayed racks and Marines for a while, like basically this game. And yet, you know, he's done a bit, but I still don't think it makes up for his disadvantages. I don't know. Maybe I'm biased.
Hey, Wardy, you play Terran, right?
Sometimes. You think casters play the game?
Okay, if you played the game, you play Terran, right?
Yeah.
Someone in chat says, can you tell Blizzard to make sure Hellions get friendly fire? And it's like, look, dog, Terran already fucking friendly fire. I'm surprised
literally in the
last friendly fire.
In the last 10 seconds of this game, all the Hellions just killed each other. Great job. Brilliant. What a useful unit.
Like, the one thing Terran has going for them is the Hellions don't friendly fire, right? Like,
do you know how like Widow Mines? I swear down my Widow Mines kill. Whoa, Banelings! Ah! I don't really know what's happening.
Well, it doesn't matter because it's not enough air to catch the mutas. So as good as this fight may or may not go on the ground, it's going to lose out to the mutas at the end. So this is where Zanster is really going to power through, catch the medevac, shut down the Marines, and denies Kelazhur.
And we don't know what we're talking about. We're like shit talking mutas, and the mutas win the game. Incredible.
Well, no. So this goes back to that point though, where it's not about mutas. Like they're designed to take the fights here and now. The Comet Shields wasn't done that first engagement. This time around, it was okay. The mutas that finished it off, but it was the Lings and Banelings that won the fight. The problem is, though, this 2-2 is about where that game's going to stall out. So right now, it's a struggle for Kelazhur, but the longer the game goes on, the better the odds get for him as long as Zanster never actually transfers over to Hive.
Yeah, I think I agree, because that's the exact point I feel the muta play just dies, because you're so far behind later in the game. I mean, you basically just said this earlier, but yeah, I mean, Hive is going to be later, 2-2's late.
Do you think with the second factory he goes for Thors? I would love to see Thors.
I think so. I think a 4 is always useful to add in, because even if you're just playing, like, I mean, it's great against like high numbers of mutas to like keep them pinned back a bit, but also just against Ling Bane messes up the like the AI a little bit and forces the Banes to focus a bit better, and sometimes it soaks a bit. I think there's never a reason not to go for like at least 1 or 2 4s in the army against Ling Bane muta. And I'm saying this because...
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I'm saying this because Optimus told me that's true. And when I tried to question him, he told me it's just not, I'm just dumb, so.
Well, he literally just did that in the series we watched him play too. So I was gonna say though, the proposed changes, you've seen those, right? Like what they're looking to do to the Thor?
Yeah, I didn't really think about it much though.
So their idea is that they want to make them better against ground unit. Like there's like, oh, okay, a Link surround should, so we'll give him +1 armor. Can we just give Thor's a fucking cooldown that lets him stomp the ground or something? Like, hello?
That'd be so
These
cool.
gigantic titanic units and like stupid little Links. You should be able to walk on top of them.
Yeah. Oh my god, that'd be so sick. You see Thor, like, can you imagine the builds that, whoa, Banes and the third just killed the entire mineral line. Rip.
Well, not the entire mineral line, Wardy. As you'll note, there's still about 8 STVs remaining. Nice try. Maybe use one of those 4 eyes to cast sometime, huh?
Huh, did you know that I don't have the ability to count because I'm just I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm just going to shut up. I was wrong. You're right. He killed approximately 2/3 of the mineral line, slightly over, with the 17 workers killed, with 8 remaining. There you go.
This is such an important detail. Thank you for correcting it and rectifying it.
I'm really glad we're talking about the game for once. It's really important.
I know.
What were these voices? These are horrible.
When I was doing my fancy...
Yeah, Smarty like, Smarty, I'm better than you. Like, Yeah.
Well, I guess...
I mean, I knew what you were doing, I
isn't
just
it?
wasn't impressed. Whoa, Zanster's gonna try the same trick twice. He's like, fooled you once,
Well,
shame on you. Fooled you twice, you're just shit.
it's the same trick twice, but like twice as big too. That's a lot of banlings this time. And to be honest,
Is he just gonna
almost
click the
not
CC?
worth-
No, he's gonna kill it. Baylins!
But this is the thing where I'm actually wondering if it's even worth using this many banlings to lose this much gas to kill 15 SCVs. Like, I actually don't think there's enough workers to warrant losing what was like 20 banlings.
I think the whole idea is though that is because he's gonna try and do it again and again. He's just gonna try and keep on counterattacking and keep on keeping the eco low. I know what you mean because it feels like a lot to give up, but I think
Well,
it's kind of a longer term plan.
this isn't a planetary yet. This is a problem.
Well observed.
Kelazhur quickly turns it in.
Nah. This guy's got the stream open, man. Oh shit, we didn't kick Kelazhur from the Discord. God damn. That
If
would
there's
be
anyone out there who didn't catch the sarcasm, I just want to make this clear. Kelazhur's not in Discord.
Yeah, that would have been really awkward, wouldn't it? Just like he's just like, oh, hey guys, just pops in midway,
So
mid game.
we did get Thor's integrated into the mix, but this is that problem I feel that we talked about earlier. I just want to revisit it, where Hive is on the way. Zanster's still sitting on 18 mutas. He hasn't felt the pressure from Kelazhur at any point to the hard parts of his arm. Like losing links and banlings, who cares? Not a problem. It's when you start losing the mutas that things become problematic. So this is like a really smooth transition. He continues to attack. He's overrunning the natural base, and Kelazhur was going for an attack. He's brought back home. So there's no way he's going to be able to stop that Hive or hit that sweet timing that's meant to catch Zanster transitioning.
Yeah, and Zanster's doing this really well as well, because at the same time as he hits the natural, he's in the third. He's coming all the way around to the left side. I don't know if this will work out too well from the mutas. Actually, just flew into a couple of mines. Obviously, it's only 2, not 4, so he doesn't die. But he takes a lot of damage, and now he's a little bit softened up in case Kelazhur can take a fight. But I mean, he's playing against Ling Bay mutas. It's pretty much impossible to take a fight if Zanster doesn't want him to. So Zanster backs away, and it's been another nice strike from the Zerg player. In the work account now, the economy for Kelazhur is really falling apart to the point where he's got like this push and really not much behind it.
Yeah, I'm worried. This timing too, by the way, like the fact that Zanster's been able to get the +3 weapons for air is gonna actually be wicked scary.
Yeah.
He's got to deal with those mutas, and like this might just be with his Thor still intact. This might be his only opportunity to do that. Bailey's hit that command center. It actually dies on the other side of the map while this goes on too. No lift.
Yeah, I mean, Zanster's still just trying to throw damage at Kelazhur, and while Kelazhur spends a while killing his egg with his Zergling inside. I mean, it's still a scary army of Kelazhur. Zanster's taking his time. He's going to try and pincer in from the, I guess, the top and the right and the bottom right. He has to kind of get in position soon to the top if he wants to make that happen, and it's going to be kind of weird. It's going to work out, I guess. Here we go, Kelazhur. Can he fight this?
Thor's gets some okay shots in, but I don't know if he can execute this.
There's not enough anti-air at the end. Is there? The 4?
Yeah.
The 4, maybe?
Thor, if he micros it, I can do some medevac tricks, maybe.
Oh my god.
A little bit of lag.
He's doing it. He dies.
Almost.
Almost.
Oh, this is brutal. That was the big push from Kelazhur He lost the command center. He lost so many SCVs. He's effectively on one base mining, whereas Zanster's double expanded. Like, he's got that top right base. He's got the bottom left one now, too. I cannot see a game here where Zanster loses. He would have to really throw this hard.
Yeah, I mean, Kelazhur's got, again, maybe like a comparable army to Zanster, but... I mean, the meter count's lower. There's still just so many banelings. And Ultras on the way. I mean, Ultras are really kind of the... You're never going to kill this sort of thing right now. And Zanster, again, just a few lings ready to run by another mineral line. Just keep that eco of Kelazhur pretty much non-existent. I mean, Zanster doesn't even really need this base up here. He's got a base to the left, which is very fresh. Loads of minerals on there, so... And Kelazhur losing again, even more SCVs, below 30 now.
I want to make jokes about mules, but there's just no way, man.
Well, that's why Zanster blew up one of the CCs with banelings, because he knows how good mules are. The only way to counter is to blow the orbital up.
Kelazhur has a decent bank of gas right now, but he has no actual active geysers. There's no gas income.
You know, he's still playing 3-3 against 2-2 for like a few more seconds. Maybe. Nah. The Ultras are going to be like unkillable, man. Ultralisks.
Yeah, he had a lot of Widow Mines earlier, which was nice, but he doesn't have that much to fall back to anymore. If those take out the banelings, then maybe the Bio-Kites all day, but with the mutas, that's still going to be another issue altogether. And I really like Kelazhur. I think he's a great player, but you know, he's got even army supply, but half of his army's dead. Or rather, all of his army's half dead.
I'm trying to think of something nice to say. Like, I'm going to be like, don't worry, Terrence. It's possible. He's gonna somehow find
he's up 1 in the series. To lose this game is not going to be the end of the world.
Yeah, I don't know what our last map is, by the way. Proxima for map 3.
I'm also wondering why they're making him play on Europe. He is Kelazhur's West Coast, I believe.
Because this is a European preference tournament, something like that.
Okay, and we're just gonna ignore all the NA games that played earlier then?
But that was... Were the NA games played earlier? Against... I don't know. I've got no idea. It's been a long day, man.
It's not our place, it's Kelazhur's. Like, if he is feeling any lag, I'd bring it up if I was him.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure he's probably asked, right? Everyone asks about servers if they're uncomfortable with it, so...
Except Neeb. Neeb is like the only guy who doesn't care where he plays.
I think Neeb's got a pretty good, like... I think Neeb's East Coast, though, right? So, like, Europe and whatever else is pretty okay for him. I guess the only bad thing would be, like, Korea, maybe. I'm not a big guy for, like, portraits and stuff.
It is the second rarest portrait in the game, next to the community commander badge.
Hey. But we've both
apparently
got the community commander badge, right?
Well, so I thought, yeah, we do. I thought that the you know that snake one, that really wears snake marine one that came from some Chinese or Taiwan LAN event or something like that.
Really? I've never seen it. I really don't.
Okay, well, so I thought that one was super ultra rare, but it's only like the 5th rarest one or something like that. I don't know. It's interesting.
It's crazy.
I'll tell you what, Wardy. You wanna celebrate our partnership we got going on here?
Sure.
Okay, so what I like to do
involve
is...
champagne.
No. What I like to do is sometimes we give boss loot out. Like, so whoever's the final bit boss of the day, they get the boss loot.
See,
and I've given away a couple of portrait codes. Would you like one to give away to your bit boss of the day?
We could do that. You know, my bit boss of the day usually gets added to a bit boss board command. Great loot, isn't it? You get added
Boring.
to... Nah, yeah, but I'm not cool like you. I don't have cool stuff to give away all the time.
Okay, well, on my channel, and I guess on Wardy, so we'll give 2, because we don't actually have a lot of these left, right? There's like less than 50 left. We'll give a portrait code. So whoever, at the end of Wardy's stream, at the end of my stream, whoever is the current bit boss will receive some boss loot. High five, Wardy.
The stakes have been raised. High five.
And even if you don't really care much for the portrait itself, just know that the rarity makes it really valuable. So your account becomes like 10 points cooler.
I see loads of people asking around for them. Like all the time. They message you all the time,
Yeah,
right? You told me this actually at some point.
So many annoying messages about it. People actually, the funny thing is, we gave one to Beyond as a bit of celebratory. Thank you for playing in so many of our events. And he used it on ladder for a while, and then all of a sudden, every Korean pro was like, "Yo, where do you get this portrait? I want this portrait too. Beyond's got it. I want it."
Beyond has such an influence, man. Oh my god,
dude, that guy. I hope you've been watching his stream lately. It's been insane watching some of the stuff he does.
I don't watch StarCraft streams. I don't have any passion. Didn't you hear?
You know what? Real talk. I hate it. Neep said this best in an interview that he did after winning DreamHack.
I think I know what you're
spoiler alert. Where he's like, I've become less of a fan of the game the more I play or start. So the thing is, I'm not less of a fan of StarCraft per se, but I do find it a lot less interesting to watch other streams. Like and I'm talking like when ESL puts on production or like DreamHack puts on production.
I think I actually discussed this the other day with someone. I think it was Fear Dragon, and I was just saying it was probably I think it was a Twitter conversation. I was just saying that I feel as though it feels like very repetitive now. Like they feel as though the events have gotten to this point where they're all like, we found what works, and so every event now is like a carbon copy of the one before.
Well, okay,
know.
there's definitely a degree of that I can agree with, but I think the thing is, I remember. And because a lot of it hasn't changed, a lot of it's been the same. Like a year ago, I was so hyped for a lot of these events that this year I don't know that I've cared about. Like I am Gyeonggi, okay, technically last year, like okay, I didn't care about it at all. So when people are like, "Well, a lot of these games aren't being streamed," I just kind of shrugged. I was like, "Oh, not a big deal." But give me like 2 years back, I would have been so hyped for that event. All my favorite Koreans playing like some super awesome event. Like
I get that feeling as well, but I don't know if it's just because we do so much StarCraft, right? And it's just like, well. And because the Koreans have become much more accessible too, like like nowadays, like all the best players in the world.
Well, yeah, because they're not being cock blocked by Kespa.
But yeah, but that's what I mean. Like it's true. Like it's had an effect, and I don't know. I was really excited for Katowice. I think that's the one event I've been most excited about lately, more so than others. I know what you mean though.
Go.
I didn't actually enjoy going to Katowice that much. It wasn't that cool. As sad as that sounds.
Very sad.
Yeah, it is actually really sad. It's actually kind of dreadful. I don't believe I'm saying it, but I've been to much better events. Katowice was, as an experience, was pretty low, but the tournament was amazing.
The only thing I didn't like about DreamHack, I can't remember which one. It was like DreamHack Russia or something. If you remember, they ended up not casting. Yeah, they didn't cast from DreamHack. They cast from like Stockholm.
They cast from the studio. Yeah.
So. That's what Austin felt like with that weird backdrop they had.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't... And if you were there, like, in Austin, you didn't see the casters either. They were, like, all behind stage. So,
yeah,
like,
it was
unless you ran into them on the way to the bathroom, you didn't know they were actually there in person.
Yeah, it's like that at most events now. They have, like, their own little area. And it's, like... At Katowice, it was, like, super segregated. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, I miss being able to see the casters, dude.
Kelazhur, by the way, doing a sick job here so far.
Yeah. But he is going to get pushed off, so good defense at his Zanster as well.
I wonder if Kelazhur's done a bit too much, though, because like Zanster actually, I think, traded very badly there. Like, look at the resources lost, 825 to 100. So that makes me kind of worried for Zanster in terms of follow-up attacks. Because a lot of the times I feel like I watch TvZ, but like this sort of thing happens, it's like, okay, Zanster held it off, and then 2 minutes later he dies. And I feel like that might be one of these times. We'll see. Maybe I'm just going crazy.
Or maybe you're actually Protoss and you're an Oracle.
Oh. You've got away with words.
Oracle proceeding.
You know, I don't know, I'm just not going to speak. My brain's dying.
You get...
I just got to die.
Yes. It's so weird, Wardy. I don't need to know that.
But you do. You just don't know it yet. You just don't realize
it. You're not Fear Dragon casting an NA player right now, so I don't know why you...
I don't even know what's going on anymore. Like, this conversation's just like died. Yeah.
Kind of like the expansion did.
Kind of like Zanster is about to do, because I just told you that he's going to die, and now he is.
Well, last time you called it didn't happen, though, and the other guy won. So watch out that
No, that wasn't me
40.
saying he was going to die. This is he was going to try and kill him.
No, the words were he was going to kill him.
Yeah. Look, I pick what I mean when I want to.
Speed.
I mean, kill the Bayonettes in general would be pretty nice, but... Okay, Zanster didn't die. I get it. I'm a bad caster. I'll retire. Bye.
Yeah, see you later.
To be fair, I don't think what I've been doing for the last hour and a half has been casting anyways, so...
Well,
okay, so... talking mindlessly.
You are right, though. Oh, God. Oh, no, Wardy. Oh, no! No!
What are we looking at?
Mother of God.
Oh, what died?
Well, that was all. That was like all of Zanster's army supply.
What happened? I have no idea what just happened.
He idled with all his Baneys and Lings on top of a Widow Mine that was coming off cooldown.
Oh, that's not smart. I didn't see it, so I just couldn't assume it's really bad.
You didn't even see it?
No, I have no idea what we were shouting about at all.
Wardy. That's how you know you're too far off the deep end, dude.
I'm trying, man. I'm battling through. You know, usually at this stage of the day, I would have just given up and like gone to sleep, because you know, like, there's only one game at a time. Usually, this is the point where I type out. And I'm still here, so I'm not taking the blame for anything. I've got an excuse to cover me.
Okay.
I was just having fun watching the medevacs fly around, man. I was appreciating the engineering that allows them to go so fast.
Well, we all know you're here for the caster curse, because Zanster's actually almost at this point where he's got Hydras out on even army supply. His drone count's not doing so bad, but it's like, yeah.
That was the best time ever.
Well,
Zanster might not be GG.